Hey there, treasure hunters. Have you ever emptied your pockets after a long day and thought, what if this penny in my hand is worth a fortune? Well, today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a humble 1-cent coin that could potentially be worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million for a penny. Before we jump in, let me set the scene with a quick story. A few years ago, I found an old penny in my car's cup holder, the one that gets all sticky from spilled soda. I was about to toss it into the coin jar when something stopped me. It looked different. I thought, could this be one of those pennies? Spoiler, it wasn't. But it kick-started my obsession with rare coins. And who knows? That sticky penny could have been my $1 million ticket. So grab your change jar, because by the end of this video, you might just discover a fortune hiding in plain sight. Let's start with the basics. If you're holding a 1991 penny with no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. Normally, this wouldn't be a big deal because millions, actually, billions, of these pennies were made. But here's the catch: a tiny fraction of these coins were struck with errors, making them incredibly valuable to collectors. Now, we're not just talking about a small smudge or a weird scratch. The most valuable 1991 no mint mark pennies have rare misprints or are made from experimental materials. For example, there's one that was struck on a bronze planchet instead of the typical zinc-coated one. These are the unicorns of the coin world: rare, elusive, and insanely valuable. Here's where it gets fun. Grab a magnifying glass, or, if you're like me, just squint really hard and take a close look at your 1991 penny. A standard penny weighs about 2.5 grams. If yours weighs closer to 3.1 grams, you might be holding a bronze error coin. These can include double dies, where the design looks slightly doubled, or off-center strikes. Get a second opinion. If you think you've struck gold, or bronze in this case, take it to a professional coin appraiser. Trust me, they'll know what to look for. Why are these coins worth so much? Coin collectors are a passionate bunch. They'll pay top dollar for rarity, condition, and historical significance. And when you combine all three, boom, you've got yourself $1 million penny. To put it in perspective, a 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny in pristine condition, that's graded MS67 or higher, recently sold for $1.1 million at auction. That's more than some people pay for a house. Imagine buying groceries with a penny worth more than your car. Talk about awkward. Let me tell you about my friend Sarah. She's not a coin collector, just your average coffee lover with a tendency to hoard loose change in her purse. One day, she casually mentioned finding an old penny with no mint mark. I told her to bring it over, and we spent an entire afternoon Googling penny values like we were archaeologists discovering a new tomb. Turns out, her penny wasn't worth millions, but it was worth about $50. Not bad for something that was gathering lint at the bottom of her bag. The moral of the story? You never know what you've got until you take a closer look. Check your pocket change, piggy banks, or even that weird drawer in your kitchen where random stuff goes to die. Learn the basics, familiarize yourself with key dates and mint marks, invest in tools. A magnifying glass and a digital scale can work wonders. Stay curious. Every coin has a story. The more you know, the better your chances of spotting a gem. Alright, folks, that's the scoop on the 1991 no mint Mark Lincoln penny. Who knew such a small coin could hold such big potential? If you've got one lying around, now's the time to dust it off and see if it's your ticket to millionaire status. But before you go diving into your couch cushions, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. I've got tons more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could change your life. And hey, if you do find a rare penny, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and remember, every penny counts, especially when it's worth $1.1 million. Catch you in the next one. Hey there, treasure hunters and coin collectors. Imagine this: you're digging through an old jar of coins, the one that's been sitting on the shelf since the Reagan era, and bam! You find what looks like an ordinary penny. But guess what? That little piece of copper could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million today. Yeah, you heard me right. $1.2 million. And now, before you start dumping out your piggy bank or interrogating grandma about her coin stash, stick around because I'm about to spill the beans on the 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, why it's so valuable, and how you might just have one hiding in plain sight. Grab a cup of coffee, a comfy chair, and maybe a magnifying glass, because this is going to be a wild ride. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1978 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic Lincoln Memorial series, minted from 1959 to 2008. You've probably seen these pennies 1,000 times. They've got Honest Abe on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But what makes the 1978 no mint mark penny so special? No mint mark means the penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Back in the day, Philadelphia didn't bother putting a mint mark on their coins. It was like their way of saying, you know, it's us. No need to brag. But here's the kicker, not all 1978 pennies are created equal. There's a rare batch of these coins that were struck with an incredibly sharp, detailed design and an unusual copper composition. These anomalies make them highly sought after by collectors. Combine that with the fact that very few of these pennies remain in pristine condition, and you've got yourself a recipe for $1 million coin. So, how does a penny end up being worth $1.2 million? It all comes down to grade. Coin grading is like the Olympics for coins. They're judged on their condition, sharpness, and overall eye appeal. The highest grade is MS-70, which basically means the coin is perfect, no scratches, no wear, just pure, shiny perfection. Most of these valuable 1978 no mint mark pennies are graded MS-67 or higher. So, if you find one that's been sitting untouched in an old collection or somehow escaped the wrath of vending machines, you could be sitting on a fortune. One of these pennies sold at auction for $1.2 million because it was the only one of its kind in that condition. Imagine being the person who cashed in on that. Let me tell you about the time I thought I hit the jackpot. A couple of years ago, I was cleaning out my car, you know, the one where pennies mysteriously multiply in the cup holder. Anyway, I found this 1978 penny with no mint mark. My heart stopped. I'm thinking, this is it. I'm retiring to a beach house. I rushed inside, Googled 1978 no mint mark penny value, and started comparing my coin to the pictures online. I even busted out a magnifying glass like I was a detective in a crime drama. Spoiler alert, it wasn't the rare kind. It had scratches, wear, and probably spent too much time under a couch cushion, but hey, it was still a fun experience and gave me a great story to share with you all. And it reminded me why I love coin collecting. It's not just about the money. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the history in your hands, and the chance that maybe, just maybe, you'll find something extraordinary. So, how can you tell if you've got the golden, or should I say copper, ticket? Here are some tips. Look for the date. Make sure it says 1978 and doesn't have a mint mark under the date. Examine the condition. If it looks like it just came out of the mint, you might be onto something. If you think you've got a winner, send it to a professional grading service. They'll confirm its value. Conclusion. Alright, folks, there you have it, the story of the 1978 no mint mark Lincoln penny and why it's worth a cool $1.2 million. Who knew something so small could be so valuable? Go check your change jars, dig through your old wallets, and maybe even give Grandma a call. You never know where a treasure like this might be hiding. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable coins, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips and stories coming your way, from rare pennies to strategies for building your collection. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Imagine this, you're rifling through a handful of change, maybe pulling out a penny to pay for parking or toss in a jar, and bam, you realize that little copper coin could be worth $1.3 million. Yes, million with an M. That's what we're diving into today, the legendary 1990 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Stick around, because not only am I going to tell you why this penny is so valuable, but I'm also sharing a story about the time I almost threw away a coin worth hundreds of dollars. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Alright, first things first. The no mint mark part is key. Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, which is normal. But in 1990, something went haywire, like your Wi-Fi during a Zoom call. A tiny percentage of these pennies were struck with an error in the minting process. This wasn't just any mistake, it was the type of error that makes collectors foam at the mouth. The error? These pennies lack a proper die adjustment, making them extra rare. In pristine condition, a 1990 no mint mark penny can fetch, you guessed it, $1.3 million at auction. That's right, this humble penny could buy you a dream house or fund your burrito addiction for life. Okay, so you're thinking, I've got jars of pennies at home. How do I know if I have one? Simple. Start with the basics, look at the date 1990. If you see an S or a D under the date, sorry, it's not the one. Check the condition. Coins in near mint condition are what collectors crave. If your penny looks like it's been through the washing machine one too many times, it's probably not the jackpot. Let me tell you about the time I almost made the biggest mistake of my life. A few years back, I was cleaning out my car, aka my mobile junk drawer. Among the sea of receipts and gum wrappers, I found a 1969 penny. I thought, just another coin. But something told me to Google it. Turns out, it was a rare double-die penny worth $1,000. I had been using it to scrape ice off my windshield. Now, I'm not saying you're definitely sitting on a goldmine of coins, but hey, you never know. Collectors adore this 1990 penny for two reasons: rarity and a good story. It's like finding a first edition Harry Potter book at a garage sale. It's unique, historical, and a little mysterious. The best part? You don't have to be a millionaire to start collecting. Sometimes all it takes is a lucky find. If you're lucky enough to stumble across this penny, don't just toss it on eBay and hope for the best. Get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give you a grade, which can massively influence the value. A coin graded as MS67 could be worth a lot more than one graded MS60. Think of it like selling a car. You want it shiny and certified to get top dollar. So, there you have it, the 1990 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a little copper hero with a big price tag. Who knew that something as common as a penny could be so extraordinary? Now, before you start dumping out your piggy bank, let me leave you with this: collecting coins isn't just about money. It's about the thrill of the hunt, the stories behind these treasures, and maybe even a little nostalgia. And hey, if you want to keep uncovering hidden gems in your change, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and fascinating stories about coins worth big bucks. You don't want to miss it. Hey there, treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts. Have you ever been digging through your couch cushions or checking the change from your morning coffee run, only to wonder if you're sitting on a hidden fortune? Well, let me tell you, you might be. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of pennies. Specifically, the 1980 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yep, that little copper coin you probably flicked into a jar years ago could be worth a staggering $1.4 million today. Yes, you heard me, $1.4 million. So, grab your piggy banks, because this is a story you don't want to miss. Alright, let's get into it. First, what makes the 1980 no mint mark penny so special? For starters, it's all about the errors and rarity. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint, which typically doesn't stamp a mint mark on its coins, struck a batch of pennies that had a very peculiar feature: a perfect copper coating, flawless edges, and what collectors call a proof-like finish. Think of it like finding the Rolls-Royce of pennies. These weren't just regular pennies, they were accidentally released into circulation, making them a rare find. And now, I know what you're thinking. But it's just a penny. And you're not wrong. I mean, pennies are what we use to even out the change when something costs $4.99, right? But this one? Oh no. This one could buy you a luxury car, a dream vacation, or, heck, even a decent-sized house in some places. Let me tell you a quick story to put this into perspective. Last year, I was helping my aunt clean out her attic, one of those "I'll owe you forever" situations. While sorting through boxes of old newspapers, I came across a tin can filled with coins. My curiosity got the better of me, so I started looking through them. And guess what I found? No, not a 1980 penny, but a different rare coin that ended up selling for a few $100. Not $1.4 million, sure, but still enough to make me think, what else could be hiding in plain sight? That's when I started digging into the world of rare pennies, and trust me, it's been a wild ride. So, what should you look for in your 1980 penny? First, flip it over and examine both sides. A no mint mark is key, meaning there's no little letter under the date. Next, check its condition. Collectors love coins that look like they just came off the press, no scratches, dents, or signs of wear. The shinier, the better. And if you really think you've struck gold, or, in this case, copper, get it authenticated by a professional grader. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on that potential payday. Now, let's talk value. Why is this penny worth so much? it all boils down to demand. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for unique coins that stand out. And because only a limited number of these 1980 no-mint mark pennies exist, the competition is fierce. Imagine a bidding war at an auction, with people raising their paddles like they're playing whack-a-mole. That's how much folks love these rare finds. Oh, and here's a fun fact to blow your mind: a penny weighs about 2.5 grams. So, if you're holding one of these $1.4 million pennies, you're technically holding the most expensive 2.5 grams in the world. Not even gold compares. So, there you have it, the 1980 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny could be your ticket to a fortune. Who knew that something so small, so seemingly insignificant, could hold such value? Now, before you run off to tear apart your change jar or start eyeing your friends' pennies during lunch, let me leave you with this: treasures can often be found in the most unexpected places. You just have to know what to look for. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth serious cash, strategies to spot valuable collectibles, or even stories about lucky finds, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with anyone who needs a good reason to finally clean out their junk drawer. Let's make finding million-dollar pennies the next big thing. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we talk about coins worth a fortune. Today, we're diving into a super interesting coin that you may have lying around in your pocket change, the 2013 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, this tiny little penny could be worth a whopping $1.5 million. Let's talk about why and how you can tell if you've got one of these hidden gems. So, grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's dive in. So, why is this 2013 Lincoln penny worth so much? Well, here's the deal: in 2013, the US Mint produced millions of pennies. But not all of them were stamped with a mint mark. Most were minted in Philadelphia, which typically produces billions of coins every year. But, on rare occasions, certain errors or unusual batches are discovered, and that's where this little guy comes in. A penny with no mint mark from 2013 is one of those rare coins. If you've got a 2013 no mint mark penny in your pocket and it looks pretty good, not scratched up or banged around, it could be worth thousands, even millions. In fact, coins in mint condition have been known to fetch as much as $1.5 million. Crazy, right? But the truth is, the value depends a lot on how well the coin has been preserved over the years. Alright, so how do you tell if your 2013 penny is worth the big bucks? First off, look at the back of the coin. No mint mark means it wasn't struck at a mint facility. Second, check the overall condition. Scratches, discoloration, or wear and tear can reduce the coin's value significantly. It's all about keeping those small details in mind. Here's a quick story for you. I once stumbled upon a coin that looked pretty ordinary until I did a bit of digging. It turned out to be a rare 1968 penny worth thousands. It wasn't until I did some research that I realized how much it was worth. Finding a 2013 no mint mark penny could be a similar story for you, so it's always worth a second glance. So, if you've got a 2013 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, don't just toss it in a jar. Take a closer look, research its condition, and you might have a rare treasure on your hands. If you enjoyed learning about coins like this, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more coin tips, tricks, and stories. You never know what kind of hidden gems are waiting to be discovered. Hey everyone! Welcome back to Channel Name. Today, we're diving into something really cool, a hidden gem you probably never thought was worth thousands of dollars. Yep, we're talking about the 2003 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, another old penny? Trust me, this one's worth paying attention to. So grab your popcorn, get comfy, and let's talk about why this little piece of copper has people freaking out. So, why is this specific penny such a big deal? Well, normally, pennies from this era come with a mint mark, the D4 Denver, the S4 San Francisco, or nothing for Philadelphia. But this one? It's a 2003 penny with no mint mark at all. Most pennies you see today have mint marks. But when a coin like the 2003 no mint mark penny pops up, it instantly becomes rarer, and rarer means valuable. In 2003, only a handful of these pennies were made without a mint mark, and that's why finding one today can be a game changer. They were part of a special batch that somehow slipped through the cracks, making them super collectible. And I've got a personal story about how I got mine. So, a few years ago, I was rummaging through my grandpa's old coin collection. You know, the kind where he casually tossed everything into a shoebox. And bam! There it was, this 2003 penny with no mint mark. At first, I thought, oh, just another penny. But curiosity got the better of me. Fast forward to today, and that penny has skyrocketed in value. It's now worth around $1.60 million. That's right, one tiny piece of metal could change someone's life. But hey, even if it's not worth $1 million, you'd still have a pretty cool piece of history in your hands. Now, if you're wondering how to check your own pennies, it's pretty simple. Look for that missing mint mark. Sometimes, it's hidden in plain sight. A little magnifying glass never hurts. Coin collecting isn't just about the money, it's about the history, the mystery, and those unexpected finds. I mean, who knew you could stumble upon a little treasure hidden in plain sight? Want to get started? Check thrift stores, yard sales, and even your own spare change jar. You'd be surprised how much you could find. Alright, folks. There you have it, a hidden gem that's worth way more than its weight in copper. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2003 no mint mark penny, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell for more tips on coins worth money and collecting strategies. Hey everyone! Welcome back to Oldo Coins Prices, the place where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins that could be worth a small fortune. Today, we're talking about a penny, yes, a penny that could have you counting dollars instead of just cents. We're diving into the 1976 mint mark Lincoln penny, and trust me, it's more than just pocket change. So, grab a seat, and let's explore why this little coin is making waves in the numismatic world. First things first, let's talk about the basics. The 1976 Lincoln penny was minted to commemorate the 200th anniversary of American independence. It's not just any penny, it's part of a set celebrating the bicentennial. Now, while millions of these pennies were made, only a small fraction holds serious value. So, what's the deal with this particular penny? Well, it all comes down to the condition and rarity. If you've got a 1976 penny that's in mint condition, think barely touched by human hands, no scratches, nowhere, that's where the magic happens. In fact, according to current market values, a pristine 1976 penny can fetch up to $1.7 million. Yeah, you heard that right. $1.7 million for a single penny. Honestly, at that point, it's practically golden. Now, let me share a quick story with you. A friend of mine stumbled across a 1976 penny in his grandmother's old coin collection. At first, he thought it was just another dusty old coin. But after doing a bit of research, turns out it could have made him thousands. He was thrilled, and you can imagine his excitement when he saw the value. So, how do you go about finding one of these golden nuggets? Well, check your old coin jars, those basement boxes, or even hit up local coin shops and auctions. Sometimes, the best finds are hidden in the most unexpected places. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. The market for rare coins like these is always fluctuating, but right now, a mint condition 1976 Lincoln penny is worth around $1.7 million, which, let's be honest, is life-changing money for most of us. Alright, so you're hyped about this, right? Great! Now, here's a quick checklist to help you spot a valuable 1976 penny. Look for crisp details on Lincoln's face and the date. Check for a sharp mint mark, in this case, D, which should stand out clearly. Look for no signs of wear or corrosion. A shiny, well-kept coin is more likely to hold its value. Let's say you find one, what do you do next? Well, you can sell it at auction, hold on to it as an investment, or even share it with fellow collectors. It's a piece of history, and if the price is right, you could turn that penny into your dream vacation fund. Alright, folks, that wraps up our look at the $1.7 million 1976 Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed learning about rare coins and seeing just how valuable a little piece of metal can be sure to hit that subscribe button for more tips, stories, and insights into the world of coins worth serious money. And hey, let me know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare coin that surprised you. Hey everyone! Welcome back to Old Coins Prices, where we talk about coins, history, and, of course, how to turn your pocket change into literal gold. Today, we're diving into a penny so rare and valuable that it could fund a vacation or a whole new collection. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's talk about the 1966 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Now, before we dive into why this little copper disc could make your jaw drop, let me share a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was at a flea market, casually flipping through a jar of pennies, like we all do when we're bored and BAM. There it was, a 1966 no-mint mark penny. My heart skipped a beat. Long story short, it wasn't worth millions. But hey, it's the thrill of the hunt, right? Let's talk about why a 1966 penny is so special. First off, it doesn't have a mint mark, which already makes it a bit of a mystery. Normally, pennies have D, S, or no mint mark, each with its own story. The absence of a mint mark in 1966 raises eyebrows because, well, there were a lot of them. In 1966, the US Mint produced over 1.5 billion pennies. That's a whole lot of copper. But, somehow, this rare little no mint mark slipped through the cracks, making it a needle in a haystack. And speaking of rare finds, coin experts estimate that only about 25 to 30 of these 1966 no-mint mark pennies are still in existence today. That's why collectors go bananas for them. Now, let's get to the good stuff, the value. If you have a 1966 no-mint mark penny, you could be sitting on a goldmine. The current market value? Around $1.8 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A single penny, $1.8 million. And if that doesn't make you want to rummage through your spare change jar, I don't know what will. So, whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, keep your eyes peeled for those mint marks and, of course, those elusive no-mint mark pennies. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the rare world of coins, hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing coin tips, stories, and strategies. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and until next time, happy hunting! Don't forget to check out my other videos where we explore more coins worth crazy amounts of money. See you soon!